Yes, listener, I hear you about the interim titles. It's kind of funny. I remember when they came around in boxing, and the orthodoxy in boxing at the time was if we only had one champion, then everything would be good. But we've got these multiple organizations. There were only three back then. There weren't even four yet. And that's the real problem with boxing, among other things they complain about. And then they were interviewing Vinny Pazienza, who goes by Vinny Paz now. Now, Vinny was a guy, I don't know how skilled he was, but he's certainly a hard worker and skilled enough to win titles, not only at lightweight, but then he won one at junior middleweight also, which is very rare at the time. Broke his neck, came back to win that title, had a fight with Roy Jones at light heavyweight that made him a grip of money. And they were interviewing Vinny Paz in KO or one of the magazines, and they asked him about the titles and there being too many. And Vinny said, look, man, the way I feel about it is at least it gives a guy who might not be able to get a title shot against one of the champions a shot to have a title at all, because otherwise, if this one champ was freezing him out or scared of him or whatever was going on, different promoter, he wouldn't be able to hold a title. So I think multiple organizations are good. And that went against all orthodox boxing thinking. And it got me thinking like, wow, does Vinny Paz have a point there? And that's, interim titles are a symptom of the same thing. The idea being that if there's a champion, maybe he's undisputed or maybe he's just taking a long layoff for injury or whatever. Is it fair not to have other people fighting for the title, right? Now, that having been said, do I agree with you that the interim champion should be the first person that gets to fight, right? Automatically the champ? Of course I do. But we got weird things in today. Like Canelo obviously wasn't going to fight David Benavidez when he can make more money fighting, Munguia and Berlanga, right? UFC doesn't have quite the excuse, right? But they're doing the same thing. UFC gets to make more money having him fight Stipe and then maybe having him fight Alex and then maybe having him fight Aspinall after that. But are they going to have an interim champ for 2 years? I doubt it. Probably Dana is not so shameless. My guess is instead of Alex Pereira, they're going to throw Aspinall and Jones together after. Jones may retire, and he's definitely protecting his legacy. But listen, man, the bottom line is John Jones lost to Derek Reyes. He lost to Alexander Gustafsson. He's not going to be able to hide that in his legacy. So how people see him is how they're going to see him as fans. Me personally, do I think he's one of the greatest ever? Absolutely. The best? Probably. Just such an athlete. I mean, look at his family. 2 other NFL brothers, right? And so that was absolutely incredible. And who knows if there'll be a run like that again. I'm sure there will, right? There's always the next miracle around the corner. But yeah, interim titles, man, multiple sanctioning bodies, it's always been a problem. But is it a problem? And Vinny Paz taught me that. Read my book, Warrior of the